Hello, my name is Emmanuel Geraldo, and I'm currently working on an inventory management system called HappyMall. Come with me as we delve deeper into how HappyMall works. Welcome back. So the HappyMall is a software that has been developed with Visual Basic .NET. So basically using the .NET framework. So this is the back end of the code. It's not been deployed, so it's still on my laptop. So I'm running it from a local host. So let me quickly run the software. Then we see how it works. So this is the login page. So the login page happened because I basically ran the app. So I'm now coming to login. So just a brief introduction before I log in. So the HappyMall works on a role-based login. So everybody and their username and their password, and then based on your username or password, the system will determine the role that you have in the system. Whether maybe you are in Ghana, we call them a sales girl. Whether you are the procurement officer, whether you are the data analyst, whether you are the owner, everybody has their particular role in the company. So based on how you sign in, will determine the kind of information that's displayed to you so that everybody has access to their particular place where they can work. So right now I am coming to log in as as a procurement officer. So let me log in as a procurement officer. Yeah, yeah. So this is still work in progress. So it's like this. So this is Weasel, and it means welcome in Ghana, specifically from the Ewe tribe. So and then this part is tree, and it's basically mean if a bird does not fly, it will not eat. So my idea for the home page is that it should be the living room of the company. So everybody in the company has access to the homepage. So you see the pictures that are it's kind of like a slideshow here. It shows a company pictures, but these are just random pictures that are inserted here just for demonstration. But if there are company pictures, the company pictures will be running here, maybe showing the company's values or mission and vision, the company's ethics, to be able to remind people every day of why they are at work. Or if it's a colleague's birthday, the colleague's birthday picture will be uploaded here automatically for everybody to know that it is this person's birthday. This side is basically the weather forecast of the day, and then this is this is basically trying to create a sense of communism when people open the software. So as you can see from the top here, the person that has logged in is Buchi Desmond. And then we have the events coming up. That the events coming up are added at the back end from with by the admin. So now the events coming up, let's see, Founders Day or Christmas. Let me click on Christmas. They'll be able to see the particular details of the events. So if it's a company meeting, the company admin or whoever is in charge of that particular operation can be able to put in that, oh, there's a meeting, and then it would come on everybody's homepage that we have a meeting at this particular time. So this is just something that I put in here for demonstration. So Christmas, the birth of this, the particular time of the events. And then with if there's a problem with something in the company, maybe there's a problem with the app, or there's a problem with something, you should be able to contact the IT support from here. If you need training on how to work around your particular rule, that should be around the training, and then the resources for you to be able to do work well in using the software. Everything is in here. If I quickly click on HR policies, it should open a PDF document of This is just generated, just dummy. This is generated for me to be able to just demonstrate. So just HR policies of HappyMall. So now I've signed in as the procurement officer. So let me go straight into the procurement. Let me go straight into the procurement section. So with the procurement officer, the officer should be able to, the procurement officer should be able to input the type of goods that the company has procured into the software, so that the more will be able to sell the goods later on. So everything is well digitized, and then the whole process works smoothly. So let me do a quick demonstration here. Let's say we buy a fridges. So fridge. Let's say we buy a fridge, and no, that's a type of good. So that's electronics. So it means that this should go into the electronics section, and then the product is fridge. The quantity, the quantity of the number of fridges that we've bought. So we bought 12 fridges, then the product code of the fridge. So in that particular case, this is where the procurement officer scans the barcode on the products, and then this stores the barcode in association with the products, so that if the sales girl scans the barcode, it will be able to inform the system that we are looking for a fridge, and then it will be able to give the particular price that is allocated for that particular fridge. But in this particular instance, I don't have a barcode scanner, so I'm just going to assume a random code here. So if it's a fridge, so FR001, that is the barcode. So the principal price is the price that we bought a unit of the product that's up there. So the principal price, let's say it's a 120 cedis, and then we are going to sell it for 190 cedis. If the product is a perishable good, let's say apples, we to get spots in 2 days, we put here the details of when we think that the apples are going to expire or get spoiled. In that particular way, we are solving the problem of having a expired or spoiled products which are not good for the customers to consume. So in that kind of case, we are protecting the customers' health, and then making things better for everyone. Because if there's a sports good, the company can be sued back for selling goods that are not good for human consumption, or goods that are not fit for purpose. That's things that cannot be consumed. So in this particular case, it's a fridge. It's not a perishable product. So we leave that particular aspect. So now I save this, and then it shows me a message that data has been saved successfully. So in this particular case, if we come here, we can update product info. In this particular case, let's say we want to update the selling price of want to update how much we sell something. So maybe I want to update how much we sell belts. I've already done put some data into the database through the testing process. So those are the products that came there. So belts, yes. So the belts are showing here. The selling price was 0, it's just random. And then this is the product code, and then the quantity. So from here, I can change the selling price to 13 cedis, 13 Ghana cedis, and then it is saved successfully. Now, if I come down here, the procurement records. Now, the procurement records is, let's say the boss, the owner or the boss of the company, let's say the CEO, wants to know the number of goods that we've procured in a particular period, the number of goods that HappyMall has procured in a particular period. Now the procurement officer can come here and then select a particular time frame that was maybe I want to know the number of goods that we've procured from let me go as far back as 10th November 2024 to date. So I can just do filter and then it gives me all the products that we've procured for that particular time frame, as you can see here. Now from here, I can click on reports and then it automatically generates for me a report on the goods and a particular time that the goods were put into the system. So as you can see here, clothing here, which is built, which is built, the principal price is 230 cedis and the quantity is what? 3. As you can see here, there are other goods here. So based on this, the procurement officer can be able to give a report to their bosses on things we've procured in a particular time frame. Also, I can be able to filter based on a particular product. Maybe I want to know the amount of Nike tops that we've purchased in a particular time frame. So here you put the product code in there. Let's say I want to know the number of Nike tops. So I filter and look for only the Nike tops that we've bought in that particular time frame, and then it shows up here. I can still print a report on that, and it comes perfectly. Yes. So that's what's going on. And as you can see, if I click on this, it tells me that access to sales is required. It means that the procurement officer is not allowed access to work as maybe somebody that's working in the sales. In Ghana, we call them sales girls. So the procurement officer will not have access to the sales section. If I said sales girls earlier, maybe sales boy or sales girls. So the procurement officer will not have access to the sales section of the whole software. So that's why I said earlier that it is a role-based login. So based on your role and your login, that's what you see. So now let me log out. Yes, so if I log out, it brings me back to the main login page. So now let me log in as I'm now coming to log in as me an admin. So now I will have access to the whole section, all the other sections of the software. So now the username, I'm going to do with you. So now it still brings me back to the home page first. But now I'll have access to the login, and then now let me come down to the sales section. So let me talk a little bit about the sales section. So now the sales section is where the sales girl or boy sells things to customers, or is the interface that also helps the people that are buying. That helps the company's customers see the price of what they've bought, and then how much they are going to pay for everything. So from here, if the sales girl, if someone brings a particular product that the person wants to buy, you know how shopping malls are. You bring all the products that you want to buy, and then the sales girl scans them with the QR code. But I'm currently not working with the QR code, so I've done it that with the manual entry of the particular products, the product should come up. The product should come up here. So let's say I'm buying a tie, or what should I buy? A sellotape, and I'm buying one of that, and I see if it comes here that I've got a sellotape, and then see what comes here. it shows here that low stock email has been sent for sellotape. This indicates that the number of sellotapes are less than 5. So there's a particular logic I added at the back end that if the number of items or the number of goods for a particular product are less than 5, it should send an email to the procurement officer. It should send an email to the procurement officer that, oh, the number of goods that we have for this particular thing, we are running out of stock. So let me quickly check my email. Yes, so I have just opened my email, as you can see, a minute ago, and then the email has come. It's a low stock alert. Dear procurement officer, this is an automated notification from the inventory management system. Low stock alert for sellotape. The stock for sellotape is running low. Current quantity is 0. Please restock this item as soon as possible to avoid shortages. So this email goes to the procurement officer to let them know that this item has run out. So for every single sale you do that the quantity is below 5, it sends an email to remind you. So that there won't be a case where a customer needs a particular product and then we've run out of the products. So the moment it's less than 5, an email is being sent, so a procurement officer will be able to purchase new items for restock. So that is the basic idea behind that. So now let me go back to the main page. So I've just gone back to the main page now. So let me say I'm selling a tie and I buy 2. I buy 2. So you see what comes here. It tells me that insufficient stock. It's only one that is left. Only one left in stock. So it means I can't go on with the particular. I can't go on with the particular sale that I want to do. So what this tells me is that it's about the transaction entirely. So what this tells me is that there could be a problem that the procurement officer maybe the procurement officer didn't properly input the number of products that we have, or it could be that a foreign product has infiltrated the company. So that's what this software is trying to solve. We are trying to check and make sure that there's accountability at each and every section. So if this happens, there should be a question. In this particular case, if the ties that the person brought are 2 ties, it actually means that someone is bringing one particular tie from somewhere, or the person is bringing 2 ties from somewhere. So those things can be checked. Then from there, we can go back to the procurement. Section and check the person that did the input for ties, and check that how much ties did the person input, and then when did they input the ties. Or we could even further still investigate where those 2 ties came from. So that's what the software is trying to solve here. So let me use another product here. What should I use? A Rolex watch. I think when I was doing it, I did a mistake with the price. Let me do another product, maybe a printer. So the printers I'm buying, let's say I buy 2. There's a problem here. So, okay, -4. Let me use a different product. Give me a second. Okay, so the reason why that particular message came that we have -4 left in stock is because when I was developing the app, before I didn't restrict it not to stop at 0. So before that, even if the products left were 0, it would still continue with the transaction. It will still continue with the transaction and then remove the number of items that you've bought from 0. So if there are 0 items left and then you buy 4, it would still continue with the transaction and then Now the stock that you have will be -4. So it was later that I stopped that transaction from going on. So now when the products are zero, and then you try to sell it, absolutely sends you off, and then you won't be able to sell anymore. So now let me use a product that I know that it has a lot of goods inside. Kinky. So kinky is a delicacy. It's a food in Ghana that everybody likes a lot. They can be used for a variety of stuff. So let's say someone buys kinkies 5. So now it also automatically goes there. So 5 kinkies. So from here, the customer can be able to see that the ground total that they are supposed to pay is 95.40 cedis. 95.40 cedis. So let's say the customer gave you a 100 Ghana cedis notes. 100 Ghana cedis notes. So if you are given 100 Ghana cedis notes, now you go to the receipts side. Yes. So from the receipts, you'll be able to see that we have it generates a receipt for you. So HappyMall, the date of the receipt and the particular time that the receipt was given, the quantity, the products, the price total. And then from here, you can realize that the actual total is 90 cedis, but it's amounted to 95.40 at the end because of the various taxes that we have in Ghana here. So I added those taxes at the back end. So the moment that someone completes a particular sale, all the taxes are included in the total amount, the total price. So the actual price of what you bought is 90 cedis, but because of taxes, it's now 95.40 cedis. And then the amount you paid was 100 cedis, and then the balance is 4.60. So this is basically the receipt section. So from here, you can print, and then it will save as a PDF. Then you print for the customer. That's how this section basically works. So now let me go to, before I go to another section, I'd like to briefly show this. Let's say the total number of this, let's say maybe there was a wrong transaction here. I could basically delete the row. I actually want to delete the row. Yes. So it deletes the row. Let's say maybe a customer brought in a good and realized that they can't really maybe afford it anymore. So they can send the goods back to the shelves. We can send the goods back to the shelves. So if that's the case, we can delete the row and then delete the product sale that we did. And as you can see here, it has corrected back to 79.50. So that's the quantity here times the price plus the taxes. And then not just delete, we also have a edit quantity. From here, I can edit the quantities to 2, and then so the quantity updates here to 2. I think, okay, I still have to work on this. So that it would be the quantity times the price plus the taxes, So it's something that I have to work on again. But this is basically how the sales section works. And it also demonstrates how there's going to improve accountability in shopping malls as a general. Shopping malls in general. So I come here to the dashboard, section. As I said earlier, before I did lots of the changes, if you still sell a product, it still removes from it still goes beyond 0. That's the reason why we have the low stock alerts for EAPs to be -10, malls for -9, and printer to be -4. So if in the next updates, I'll properly restock for this product. So if I restock for this product, they will go back to the positives, and then now that there's a check for it's not going back beyond zero, there shouldn't be any products here that should be in negative. So now this is the dashboard. This is the dashboard, and then it shows you the total stock, the total procurement and total sales will be shown based on the particular time frame that you want. But the total stock shows the total number of things we've had from the beginning till now. It shows the total number of things we've had from the beginning to now. If you remove the things that are being sold every day, so if there's a sale, it automatically reduces the total stock that we have here. So now let's say I want to know the total number. I want to know, let's see, let me choose custom first. So custom, I'll be able to choose a custom time frame of things, custom time frame. So Wednesday, 2nd April, which is my birthday. Hey, why did I choose that? So Wednesday, 2nd April to 2020, Wednesday, 2nd April 2025 to October 2025. I think I should go further than that. Yeah, yes. So I want this to get a whole lot of figures. So the moment I choose the time frame and then I click on OK, it shows me the total procurement. So the total number of things we procured in that particular time, and then the total sales that we've had. I'm yet to add the profits, the profit margin, and all that. So, but it shows the total sales and then the total procurement that we've had in that particular time frame. Now, the top selling products are also here. We've got a donut chart that also extends out just to show focus. So the moment my mouse pointer goes on it, it expands out to show that we are focusing on that particular product. So now this is the legend here. So for Rolex watches, we have a 39.07% of our sales coming from there. So those are our top selling products. So based on this, the data analyst can be able to make informed decisions. So my dream for my other hostel is that everybody, that's the data analyst, the data analyst, the sales girl, the procurement officer, everybody has a centralized system where they are able to carry out the operations of the company. So that is their long-term goal for HappyMall. So now let's come to the sales performance. So the sales performance here shows our sales for a particular time period. So from January to now is shown here clearly. And then we can be able to dwell go deeper into how we've performed in a particular month. So the month of February here, if I click on February, it shows me the sales trend of what went on in February. So in week 1, we sold things of worth 26 cedis, and week 2 nothing, week 3 nothing, and then week 4 627 cedis of sales. So based on this, we can be able to check using data analysis. Why is it that in week 2 and week 3 this happened, and then who were the sales girls on duty for week 2 and week 3? Why didn't this happen? Is it that they didn't come to work early? So we can be able to use that to make data-driven decisions or make informed decisions on how the company should grow and how the company is going to move forward in the future. So how I go back to seeing the data on the yearly basis is I click on the line again, and then it sends me back to the yearly sales performance. Now I go here, so I can still, sorry, let me come back here. So I can do today and see the things that we've done for today. And then the total procurement for today is 12. If you remember the procurements that we did earlier, so the total procurement for today is 12, and then the total sales that we've made for today is 41. So it means that it will remove it will go into the system and check the number of sales that we've done today. So if we've done any updates, that means maybe we've deleted a particular product like I did earlier. It's going to take all those things into account and give us the total sales for the particular day, or the last 7 days, the last 30 days. It works the same way. So now let me come here. this is still a work in progress, but this is still a work in progress, but it's going to come to form very quickly. So this is where if somebody comes to work in the company, this is where the person is added to the system. So from the login side, you can't log in. From the login side, you can't sign up. So the only way you can have access to this system is if the admin already in the system adds you to it. That is the only way that you have access to the software and be able to work. So let's say you're new to the company, and I'm coming to add you. So your name is Osei Osei Ansa Osei Ansa Kofi. Say answer Kofi, and then you should choose a custom username. That should be, let me see, os221. The password I'm choosing ASD. Yeah, and then the person's role. The person's role is a sales girl. Oh, I think I've not done that yet. The person's role is a sales girl. So the sales girl, this part is to take the particular places that I want the sales girl to have access to, or the tabs that I want the sales girl to have access to. So I could click on the procurement and the settings and the sales to be able to determine that, oh, I want the sales girl to have access to the procurement tab, the sales tab, or the settings tab. So now I click on the sales tab for her since she's a sales girl, and then I add a picture. So let me quickly add a picture. So I selected this picture, but you can use an avatar too. That's if the person wants an avatar as their representation and as their profile picture. So that's still fine. And then I click on save, and then the user has been added successfully. So now I can log out and then log in as say answer Kofi as a sales girl. So now let me log out. Let me go back to the home section and log out and see if that works. So now os 221 os 221, and then the password is and I'm logged in. So I have access to the home page, and see what happens when I try to do here. The access to procurement is restricted. That's because the procurement section was not ticked for me. So I can just come to where I am supposed to work. That is the sales section, and then work. So let me go back, log out again, and log in as the general person. Let me see the admin, and then come back. So now we have so now I'm back. So we talked about the dashboard too. Now we talked about this, and now let me do this. Okay, I think I should have done that. But there's something there I wanted to show, but I think I've not really worked on that side. Okay, but we can come back to it in the next video. So now this part is something that I just started working on recently. I want this part to show to be able to give a report on what has happened. So this should, this should be able to show, no, I don't want this. This should be able to give a report on the company, on the company, what the company has done in a particular period of time. So maybe if I want a custom report on what has happened from the 1st of August to present, and I click on this button, then it should generate a report. It should generate a report for me on what has happened during that particular period. So we say bye-bye to the time where you ask your PA to generate a report for you, and then there are data inconsistencies, and then forged data in whatever that on a particular data that you want. This automatically fetches raw data from the database straight into your reports. So I'll be doing that in the next video, and then I'll update this video as well. So this is basically HappyMall, and then my vision for HappyMall. HappyMall is an inventory management software that is built by a Ghanaian for Ghanaians. My dream is that HappyMall makes companies smarter, more reliable, and then more trustworthy, in the sense that there's more accountability, and then data privacy is well assured. Thank you very much for following me through the whole video. And then I wish to see you on the next video, where I'll be updating on the updates that I've done so far to the software. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.